Alright, in this video I'm going to be doing some analysis on SUSHI USDT. I'm pretty sure this is the sushi swap token, 172. Yeah, okay, so this is sushi swap token. Got it. So that means this is a DEX token. Just personal experience. I am not a fan of using DEXs. I like the idea of DEXs, but in practice, there's a lot of issues that make me prefer using centralized exchanges over them when I'm buying my shite coins. But that's not the case for everybody. A lot of people like using DEXs. And, this coin is very low right now. It has a lot of upside potential. So, first thing I'm going to talk about with this coin is weekly market structure. So, I already marked out weekly market structure. We are right now still in a weekly downtrend. We put in this last weekly lower high, and the next time we touched the lower low was not until right over here. We came very close to it right here, which made me want to go through and check other exchanges to see if maybe on a different exchange we did take out the lower low prior, meaning there'd be a different lower high. But just clicking through all of the first exchanges that come up, you can see we did not touch this lower low right here. The last time we touched the lower low after this lower high was right here. So on this exchange, the lower high is the same. It's right here. MEXC, it is the same as well. I can put a horizontal line to show you. So if you're looking for extra confirmation of bullishness for this, then maybe you want to wait for a weekly market structure break. That's how I approach a lot of altcoins. Unless I'm really confident in the long run for the coin, unless it's something that I really want to accumulate while it's within this lower range, then I'm typically waiting for a weekly bullish break. And I mean, ideally, even after we get the bullish break, hopefully we get some kind of retest to buy within the accumulation range. But no guarantees of that happening. We might break weekly market structure and then just start pumping immediately. Now, next, let's talk about market cipher. So we see weekly money flow is starting to curve to the upside. We got, a bit of an overall curvature going here. It is kind of a, not the best curvature. It's more like a, what is this called? A plateau. Yeah, this is what I was thinking about. So it's a reverse plateau. It came down, literally kind of went sideways for forever. Now it's starting to curve back to the upside. And you maybe could have been fooled by a bit of premature curvature here. It started looking like it was curving back to the upside. Moneyflow put in, a higher high relative to this. It got the closest it was to the zero line, but then it ultimately ended up coming back down. So it seems like the overall curvature got extended. Now Moneyflow is again curving back up towards the zero line. Again, it is the closest that it has been to the zero line since it crossed back down through that level. So it is approaching crossing over the zero line. Is it going to happen right away, or could this plateau get extended? Either could happen, which is why, it's, in my opinion, a good idea to wait for the bullish break as an extra confirmation. But if you're buying spot, then maybe you don't mind if money flow kind of drags on forever and eventually ends up crossing up. But gotta say, weekly money flow is not looking the best compared to some other altcoins I've seen, but it is still in the red. This is, typically where people look to buy in terms of weekly money flow, is when it's in the red and it's starting to curve back to the upside. So yeah, there's that. And right now, Sushi is starting to approach its weekly lower high. It's getting, a bit of pumpage here. And going down to the daily time frame, something else I want to mention is that we are not technically in a daily uptrend either, at least going from the down structure, because daily structure looks exactly the same as weekly. We put in this lower low. We had a bit of a false break here, or an SFP. I don't know if that actually closed the wick above. It doesn't matter though. So, kind of false break, and then we came down to put in a lower low, and we did not touch that lower low since then. So we did not get a daily transition of structure on that low, but we are in a up only daily uptrend. So, we put in a lower low, and just going from the bottom, we are clearly in a daily uptrend, which seems to be working its way up to the weekly lower high. Now, the way I view this, the way I view market structure in a very literal sense, Makes me think that there is still technically a possibility that we continue the weekly downtrend, just put in a lower high before a lower low. I'm considering that as a possibility whenever I'm looking at market structure and whenever we haven't broken market structure yet. And there is technically a bit of a reason for us to put in a lower low. At least on this chart, we have the low from 2020, which we just barely front ran here. And I can check this out on some other exchanges as well. That might be a good idea. So it is the same on MEXC. We front ran that low. I'm not going to click through all the exchanges, but just saying there is potentially a reason for us to come down lower. Again, I said this last time I talked about a similar scenario. It's not like there's going to be stop losses below this low. At least I highly doubt it. I highly doubt people are going to be keeping leverage position open from 2020 and keeping their stop loss in the same spot. I don't think that makes a lot of sense. But, it's just interesting that we came so close to this low and front ran it. And because we are still in a downtrend, I think it is a possibility that we have to consider that maybe we just put in a lower high for a lower low. But if we end up breaking weekly market structure, I would then think that that scenario is less likely, and that if we get a retrace, it's most likely for a higher low. I think the weekly market structure is very important. I think this high at $2-ish is a very important level, and I'm personally going to be watching that high. And I will probably personally consider some positions on Sushi just based on how low it is. If we get that bullish break, and if the weekly money flow continues to look bullish, if it starts to cross over, that's a good sign. And I think there is a lot of upside potential, like I said. Taking a measured move up to just our first support resistance flip, which I think is coming in right around $5. That is almost a 200% move, at least from where we're at right now. And this level of resistance, I'm just looking at support that we flipped into resistance here twice with some aggressive selling wicks. So that's kind of my first area of resistance I'm looking at past the weekly market structure point. So Sushi is definitely something I'll be keeping my eye on. I like that it is still within its kind of accumulation range down here. Shout out J Armo for the suggestion. Alright, that's about it for this one. Thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed, consider leaving a like, subscribing, and leaving a comment. If you have any suggestions for altcoins you want me to check out, leave it in the comments. And I will see you all in the next video.